Hey guys, what's up? My name is Art, back again. It's nice Sunday afternoon. Right now I'm doing laundry, and I had some thoughts about what to talk about recently. As you see right here, I'm drinking. I'm drinking right now, and what I'm about to tell you will be very weird. Why? Because of the fact that I am drinking. I'm a kind of guy who had two DUIs. During my last bit of probation, which lasted 2 years, it will be 2 years coming up next month. Next month, at the end of next month, I will have 2 years off probation. The results of that probation and the drunk driving still exist today. One, I'm paying higher insurance rates because of it. Supposedly my insurance should go down in the next 2 or 3 years. Since I just bought a new car and I have two cars, so it costs me like $450 a month to insure both cars. Thanks to good old drunk driving. And before you ask, no, I'm not driving anywhere today. Nowhere. No, there's nowhere I need to go today. So I'm safe to drink. Now, even though I'm off probation and everything, it doesn't mean that you cannot drink again. If you're an alcoholic, no, you should never drink again. If you're an alcoholic, but I'm not an alcoholic. This is the first. I drank last week. I had 3 Bud Lights like this, and like maybe 2 shots. Other than that, that was it. Was I drunk? The answer is no. Which touch upon a different thing. Some states have what they call zero tolerance. And I think a lot of states in America are starting to adopt a zero tolerance policy. Hmm. What is zero tolerance? Well, before, let me explain something. In Michigan, the legal limit is 0.08. Oh, that's around the country. Hmm. I'm going to show you this. Okay. When your blood alcohol content BAC is 0.08% or higher, you're considered legally impaired in the United States. While you are certain to be, I'm reading this backwards, of course, arrested, suspicion to driving under the influence DUI when your BAC is at or up over 0.08. You can still be charged if your BAC is any level above 0.00. That's what they call zero tolerance. So, for example, if I get behind the wheel right now and I drive, I get pulled over. Even though I might be below 0.08, They say, oh, guess what? If it's above 0.00, that's drunk driving. But I'm sober. That's still, that's what they call the zero tolerance policy. Now, the funny thing is, it's subject to wherever police officer pulled you over, too. So if you start acting like an asshole 9 times out of 10, you're getting your ass thrown in jail. This is their way of fixing the drunk driving problem. It's not a way of fixing the drunk driving problem. It's what I call a money grab. Did you know that drunk driving nets them at least $10,000 to $15,000 per person? Think about it. $10,000 to $15,000 per person. Now think about this. Oops. Dang. Let's call a calculator. And on average, I saw 15 to 20 people every time I went to probation. That's $300,000. $300,000. So Charlie X or Susan Y can go to a bar after they get off of work, drink one beer, drive, gets pulled over, sometimes for a routine stop. Maybe you didn't make your turn signal at the light. Maybe you didn't stop at the stop sign, or maybe you lasted too long at the stop signal. Who knows? You get pulled over, they do the breathalyzer. If your blood BAC is 0.01, you're not legally drunk. But guess what? You can still be charged with drunk driving. So have you ever thought about every time, I tell you something. Every bar, go to any local bar about 1 o'clock in the morning. Between 12:30 and 1 o'clock, and between 12:30 and 2 o'clock every night, there's always cops posted around bars. Drunk drivers. So guess what? They can pull you over. Now, like for example, last Friday, I could have drove home. I could have drove to my friend's house. I was driving her home, drove her home. I could have been pulled over and I could have been thrown in jail for my third offense. Because I was over the 0.00. That's fucked up. Now, here's a question. They say drink responsibly. Well, that night I was actually drinking responsibly. But the funny thing is, drinking responsibly doesn't make you safe. Well, they could look up and say, Mr. Art, we know you're not drunk. We know your BAC or blood alcohol content is 0.05, which is less than the alcohol limit, but we got to take you in because you're over 0.00. So basically what you're saying is that the bar I went to, there was only 15 people in that whole bar. Every one of them could have got pulled over for drunk driving. In my opinion, you should have pulled over everybody who was at that bar. No, I did not get pulled over. But I could have got pulled over. See, right now, my new car doesn't have its plate yet. I have a temporary plate from out of state. So what happens if I got pulled over, they'd run that temporary plate, through Texas, and then come back, which will take some time. But if I was in my Jimmy, hey, this guy got pulled over twice for drunk driving. Do you know how many times? Actually, tell you the truth, you know what? About 6 months ago. Yeah, about 6 months ago. One of my friends who I was simping for, I was driving her home from her job at a bar. I was sober, luckily. Because of the fact that I knew I had to pick her up at 2 o'clock from a bar, told me, you know what, Art, maybe you should not drink that night. And luckily I didn't. Because of the fact that, like some SUVs had that third light, the third brake light, that was malfunctioning. So that means it's always on. And since it's always on, that means your stuff is not functioning right. And I looked up and said, I don't feel like fixing that because I'm buying a new car. That was okay, but so what happened was I turned to say no, and some wacky would do it. And so this police followed me. We got on the freeway, the police still followed me. So what happened was I was driving, I was like, fuck it. I was hey. If they was gonna pull me over, I'm like, if they was gonna pull me over, they should have pulled me over a long time ago. And they followed us for like up to 3 miles. My friend was like, maybe we should speed up so they won't be following us. Okay, I start speeding up. Then they flipped us. Then they put the lights on. The reason why they pulled me over was because of the brake light, and then he started asking me all these damn questions. Never once did they. I said, well, I'll pick her up from the bar. I'll pick her up every night and take her home. Then I'll take her back to her hotel. Simple as that. Friend of mine doing that. Never once. He asked me, have you drank tonight? I said, no, not yet. I was going to do that when I get home. Why would I drink? I wasn't going to drink before picking her up. I was going to wait till after I got home. So my idea was I was going to start drinking at 3 o'clock this morning. But now you just pulled me over, so that means I got to delay that a little bit. He started laughing for a hot second, then he realized I was sober. Now, like I said before, you might be wondering why I'm drinking this. Here's the thing. If I go to my car's in the parking lot, in my driveway. If I go to my car for any reason, a cop can just flick me, just like that. That's a $0 policy. If I go into the trunk, they're not going to bother me. If I go into the passenger side, not going to. Once I sit in that driver's seat, I'm a target. Yes, they can pull you over in your own driveway. I know some people who they was about to get pulled over and they pulled over into the driveway and the police still flicked them. They try to say, well, if you was going to pull me over, you should have pulled me over. And guess what? The judge wasn't buying it. And it made sense. It made sense, but guess what? Oh, you were drinking. We don't really know if he was about to drive or not. I said, wait. Even if you didn't know he was going to drive, he still got charged for drunk driving? Well, the thing is, he was driving and you pulled him over in his driveway. That's one thing. But what if someone was drinking at somebody's house and they got pulled over by the cops in their own driveway? You don't know if they were about to get drive or not. And then again, they have every right to do it. So now, if I could jump in my driver's seat right now, he could just pull me over for drunk driving, because you don't know if I had any intention on driving anywhere. So basically, another thing is that, ouch. Even if they suspect you're driving, they can still pull you over. That's fucked up. So, with that, this quick video is over. Zero tolerance. Even if you drink responsibly, you still can get charged for drunk driving. That's the fucked up part. Even if you drink just one, you can get pulled over for drunk driving. I went to a concert, motherfucker spilled beer all over me. I still can get pulled over. They could charge me, and the fun thing, my blood. I went to a concert. One of my favorite artists, Danzig. We was in a pit like this and everything else. Everybody had their cups. Now, I understand why venues give you paper, plastic cups for your alcohol. I understand that because they don't want smashed up bottles. But guess what? Spill, spill, spill. My shirt was drenched. If I'd have got pulled over that night, I said, well, give me the breathalyzer. Since I didn't have alcohol, I had 0.00, it would make more sense. If it'll spill beer all over me. But I still would be harassed about it. So, with that, I'm going to leave you all into your Sunday afternoon, or whenever you want to see this. Make a comment, please. See if I'm right or wrong. And even though that little device is on it, even though that thing is on the internet, do some research. Do some research on zero tolerance policy. See if your state or city has those kind of laws. 9 times out of 10, it's so hidden you probably wouldn't even notice it. One of the reasons how I noticed it was because when I was on probation and they gave me that packet, what to do with probation and everything else, I read the fine print. Boom. But anyway, I'm gonna have fun today. I'm doing laundry, watching a little TV. I decided to shoot this quick video about something I've been thinking about for the last couple of days, and leave me a like, subscribe to me if you want. I know there's some people who watch my videos and don't comment. Please give me a comment. Because it doesn't tell me who's doing it. Tell you the truth, I don't even know who my subscribers are. I only know 2 of them. Maybe 3. I only know like 2 or 3 subscribers. So it's like, okay. But anyway, have fun with that, and talk to you guys later.